Barney, he'll wave a paw his friends to greet. Barney, Barney, he likes to hear a story or two. Barney, Barney, he wants to be a friend to you.
Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the Barney Bear Club. Well, today's story is about a group of men who went undercover in a foreign land. And I've been talking to Barney all about going undercover and people being spies. And the amazing thing is, he seems to have disappeared. Now, can anybody see Barney? There's a movement. I can see a mound here, a blue mound. There's a movement. I think there might be something underneath. Shall we have a look? It's a bear, boys and girls. Goodness me. Who are you? Secret Agent Bear. This is Secret Agent Bear, boys and girls. Well, serial number 1. That's all you're allowed to say. Why is that? Because you've been caught undercover. I see. Well, serial number 1's not a very big serial number. You only like porridge. You only like porridge, boys and girls. You like it with honey. Well, that's very interesting. And why were you under a blue cover, Secret Agent Bear? If you stand on a hill, you'll blend in. Because it's blue like the sky. Oh, well, boys and girls, I would like to introduce you to Secret Agent Bear. He's laughing. It's you, Barney. I thought it was. It's Barney, boys and girls. Well, we're going to have to discuss a little bit more about undercover and what names like serial number mean, aren't we? I don't think you've quite got the gist of it. It's important to have a good breakfast when you've been caught. It is, isn't it? Well, today's story, boys and girls, and Barney, is all about spies going undercover in a foreign land. Shall we have a look at the story table, Barney? There's some fruit on it. Do you think there might be some fruit in today's story? What kind of fruit is it? It's grapes. And what colour grapes are they? Black grapes, that's right. Now, are you sitting comfortably for the story? Well, long ago, there was a man called Moses. Now, have we heard about Moses before? What did Moses do? He brought the Israelites out of Egypt, that's right. Now, while they were travelling in the wilderness, do you know what a wilderness is? It's like a desert, yes. They knew that one day God had promised them a land of their own. But they came to the land of Canaan, and that was going to be their promised land. So they'd be excited, wouldn't they? So travelling around, and then they reached the land that they believed was God's land for them. And so Moses decided to send in some spies to check out this land and to see what it was like. So they went undercover, which means they went into the land without anybody knowing that they were there. Right, and there were 12 of them. Let's put up number 12. That's right. Now, what colour are those two numbers, Barney? Red and green, yes. And what numbers are they? A 1 and a 2, that's right. So there were 12, one from each tribe, because there were 12 tribes in Israel, 12 tribes of people. And they set off and they went to find out what this land was like that God had said was going to be their land. And Moses gave them a list. And the list says on it, can we read it, Barney? Land, yes. Moses told them to check out what the land was like. And then he said, and check out what the people are like. Whether they were big or small. Yes, because they might be strong people and they'd be difficult to fight then. And also Moses said check out what the towns were like. He said, are the towns fortified or not? Have they got walls round? Yes, it'd be difficult to get inside if they got walls round, wouldn't they? And he said, what's the soil like? Is it good soil for growing things? If it's good for growing things, they'd be able to grow their own food, wouldn't they? And also Moses wanted to know if there were any trees. And Moses said, I want you to bring some fruit back, something from the land. And so they set off and they went undercover into this land. And they were 40 days there. And people wouldn't know that they were there, you see. They just went to check what was going on. And while they were there, they found some huge grapes. And they weren't as small as these because 2 men carried them on a pole. Can you see that picture, Barney? Look at the size of those grapes. I don't think we have grapes like that anymore. But in those days, they were really big grapes. And so, eventually, after 40 days, the 12 men returned. And Moses asked them about the land. Now, there were 10 of these men that gave a bad report to Moses. And they said, oh, it's a good land, they said, but the people there, they said, they're big and tough. And they didn't think that the Israelites would be able to win and to take over the land. And they told all the people that it wasn't a good idea to go into the land, even though God had said that that was their land and they would be able to go and take the land and live there. But there were 2 men who went. What colour is that number 2, Barney? Green, that's right. 2 men that went in to spy out the land, called Joshua and Caleb, and they gave a good report to Moses and the people. And they said, surely we can take this land because God says this is our land. And so we'll go in with God and He will help us to claim the land and to go and live there as our land. And so Moses was upset that all the people were turning against him and his brother Aaron, and they didn't want to go into the land. And they said it would have been better if we'd have stayed as slaves in Egypt. And they were upset about it, and God was annoyed with the people and for being upset. Meanwhile, God forgave the people, and He said that they would be able to take the land. And then Joshua and Caleb entered the promised land with all the people, and it became their land as God promised. So you see, Barney, we can learn from this story that God keeps His promises, can't we? And we don't have to worry. Did you like that story, Barney? You like being Secret Agent Bear? Would you like to take a bow? Well done. Now shall we say goodbye to the boys and girls until next time, Barney? Goodbye, boys and girls, until next time.
His name is Barney, Barney, the nicest bear you ever could meet. Barney, Barney, he'll